So today it's being a little bit of a pain in the beehole. Usually we can measure everything out and have the cab set before we even attempt the front end. Now, considering again this cab is in such poor shape as in the sheet metal, it's so rotten out you can't get an accurate measurement. So my option now is to put the front end on before we even have the cab set. Now, you can see it looks like the fender's got to go forward more that way. But if you see the line right here, that is actually where the fender needs to be on the cab. Which tells me my cab has to go forward like 2, maybe even 3 inches. Which we have 2 between the firewall up here, but we do not have 3. So somehow I'm going to have to figure out how to push this cab forward enough to at least come close to the distance on this. It's a lot harder to get everything square and straight when there's really nothing to measure off of. Now, as far as fitment, this supposedly, which actually if I pull this forward another inch or so, would have enough room for the radiator. But I mean, it's going to be wicked close. Not to mention, here's your hood latches, and they push in like to there. So the radiator is literally going to have to come out to like here before anything. Which I don't know if we're keeping the clutch fan. I'll have to find out. Because if we are, I'm getting that thing off there and out of my mind before it drives me insane. And I also notice it's got to go to the right 1.5 tons too. So as you can see, I mean, even when I push the fender all the way up to the body, that's like to there before it touched the tire. And this side, I believe it's, I don't know, it's about the same. So these things are just wicked deep. Yeah, it's got to come this way just a little bit. Again, considering I can't square off anything, it's really hard to do. I had to cut out more of the back of the floor to push it forward. And I believe I'm going to have to come up here and cut out up there that whole section of the wall here. Let me see if I can get my hand on this side of the wall up there to push it forward even more. And by that point, I will probably end up having to cut more back here. Right now, it's just a major headache for me. But I've only been on this like 9 days now. So, well, not even 9 days, because I only work like 4 hours a day on it. But, yeah. Right now, it's being a total pain. And I ain't even, this is the hardest stuff, though. Once this is out of the way, only thing then you gotta do is find spots for everything. You gotta weld up the firewall, weld the floorboards, make some kind of front clip mounts in the front there to the frame, which I've cut a ton on already, you can see. And actually, just by that, it's looking like it's pretty close. Yeah, it's gonna come back a little bit more though. But yeah. Yep, all that's gotta get filled. Of course, the rot. That needs to be fixed. That needs to be fixed. Gotta replace this headlight bucket. We've already got one. What else has got to be fixed? Oh, the cab corners have got to be fixed. I believe the back window frame, yes, that's got to be fixed. This has to be fixed where it's rotted out. There's a hole down there that's got to be fixed. The cab corners. I don't know if we're fixing these or not underneath the fenders, but we might have to fix them too, and the fenders. And another problem I just remembered to show. These, when they get picked up, this thing's going to be like an inch off the ground. It can't be that low. So our question there is, do we raise fenders or do we cut off the bottom of the fenders? These are all things I got to figure out here. I think these actually bolt right here. Let me see. No, they're spot welded, but I could possibly cut that bottom section off and have 2 or 3 inches of ground clearance, but not my call. We'll have to figure that out. So I have some wicked sunburn right now. As I believe I said before, plasma took a dump. Mine's here. But looky there. Uh-oh. Finally talked the boss into upgrading. So let's open it together. I do think Everlast is a very good company. I haven't had a single problem with their plasma or their TIG welder. It's a stick TIG and MIG, or a stick TIG and plasma, but I don't ever use stick. I figured why not get all tree. Come on, it's hard to film and cut boxes without cutting yourself. Yeah, we do Hobart it. So. Super Cut 51P. Yay. We got here instruction manual. Yeah, we don't use those around here. Build rat rods. We don't need manuals unless they're 5 speeds. Okay, so I can't really get this open with one hand. We'll tell you one thing. If you're looking to get a plasma, definitely get an Everlast, because even if you're a 110 guy or a 220 guy, which there's one of all of us, their machines are universal. That means basically about every machine they have is 110 or 220. And since you're just looking at a brown paper box right now, because I am trying to cut this open, yeah, check out that box. Oh yeah, it's a well-made box. Okay. Oh. And here's all of our goodies. Let's check this out. What we got in here, boy? Oh yeah. Okay, so here's our 220 110 adapter. Now the machine does this all by itself. Here's a pancake welding mask. This is a nice big hefty ground. Look at that. Dens style, or how do you say it? Dens, whatever style connector. And here must be the goods. Now that I think about it, when I ordered mine, I didn't get one of these bags. That's not fair. That'd be funny if you ordered a TIG welder by accident. This don't even have the same gun mine does. This is a completely different setup. Hate to say it, but this is a cheaper setup. Oh, that bag's blowing all the pieces in there. Okay, let's see here. I have no clue what that is. In fact, actually, I think that goes to that copper end, but yeah. Those are the cups, the electro. These are completely different than mine. 100% different than mine is. Yeah. That's strange. That's his style. Here's my style. Mine must be a better unit or something. But yeah. Mine's got a different gun, different everything, but as again, mine's a 3-in-1. Alright, let's check this out. Oh, look, garbage. Yeah, we'll just throw that right there now, but here we go. Mean green, mean green. Okay. Get this box out of there. I'll keep that box. It'll be good for making templates. It's got the nice 220 cord on it, you know. Yes, these do come pre-corded, you know. A lot of them cheap Japanese crap don't that you're gonna buy. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So, this came pre-set up with the filter and everything already on it. Mine didn't come set up. Like, it came with everything, but I had to bolt mine all together and make the lines. These actually came with the better lines that I like. There's some free silica. Everybody gets some of that. Yeah, this one's completely different than mine. Like, the setup is and everything. So, let's take a look. Oh, there's another pack of silica. I just want silica nuts. This is straightforward, just a plasma. So this one does apparently 35 amp on 110, 50 on 220. That's strange considering mine only does 25 on 110, but 50 on 220. Huh. That must be because this is a plasma only unit. But yeah. Alright. Plasma cutter, blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. Flip it around. Power button on and off. Blah, 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 blah. Filter, regulator, yep. Okay. That's all good. It did not come with the end to put on it though, you know, for the air inlet. That's kind of weird. Unless I missed it somewhere. I don't see it nowhere. So I doubt it did. Unless it's in here. Not in there. We'll never use that thing. Let's see. Specs. Yeah. Okay, who cares? Yeah, but now get a carrying strap for some reason. All right, let's hook it up. Okay, let's give the new baby plasma here a shot. Air's on. Let's see here. We're running way too high PSI. We'll get that down to about 65. Okay, right there. Alright. Now this hose always leaks, so here's what I really want to see. Okay. Let's see. It's a high frequency start, but sounds weird. So we're at 12 amps. I'm on 110 right now. So we're going to turn it up to 20 and see how it looks. Okay. So yeah, it cuts good. I don't know what that spitting and sputtering is all about. Try it again. Okay. Huh, that's strange. Okay. Okay, so it fits like that from not moving. Alright, so it's the high frequency. That's going to be fun to learn to use this kind. I'm trying to get it to go to just a post flow instead of continuous there. Okay, there we go. I hope it don't last forever. There we go. Okay. Well, it works. Let's put it to the use now. Got a speed it likes to move at. That's pretty good. So I'm doing the metal working right now to this front end before I can get it on and everything. I've already fixed that. I don't know if I showed it. But what I'm doing now is patching up this front where it's all rotted out. Okay, now I know right now you're like, that's stupid. There's a big giant lip there. Now that'll all get cut back with the plasma around this edge right here, all the way around. And what I do is I oversize it to make sure I have enough left and right spacing. Then I basically line it up with the edges of the old existing metal, clamp it and weld it, okay? And I tack weld on the outside. That's no big deal because it's all going to get ground back. But what you really got to do is you got to make sure all this lines up, nothing sticks out past, because this is the new headlight bucket. Well, I don't know what you would call it. It's the bucket. It's the ring that holds the headlight bucket. There you go. And what you got to do is, you can see the notches I have in it, and that's to perfectly fit the headlight bucket in there, straight up, how it needs to be. So that way, after I get it all welded in, and then I'll weld some from behind and on the top, then that helps me make this patch panel. Because if you cut this off, well, when I took it off, there was nothing left in there. And then you would have to kind of guesstimate how far it needs to be, and then if it's too far, when you make this ring, it's going to bow it out and you won't really notice it that much. So the whole thing is to make this ring first to make sure it's flat, and then make the back plates that you got to make here, because this is rotten and it moves and everything like that. Like this edge right here, I know it's down because of this steel right here has to come, this has to come up, and this has to come up. So make that next after I get the whole outside and the insides pinched together and welded. And then this right here will be ground. I'll have to grind it, or I'll have to try to kind of cut most of it before I weld it to it, which I'll probably do. Same with this, like right here, it's basically perfect. And then as it comes up, it comes out. So that'll have to get cut back down to here. That'll get welded in, smoothed out. And try and, it's a rat rod. It's not gonna be perfect. If you want it perfect, my suggestion to you is go find a better front clip. I can't say new, I say a better front clip, but you'll never get it perfect. So That's what, you know, the whole goal is, to try to get as close as you can, weld it all in, and then metal work it to make sure it fits everything else. Now I did it the same way over here. That lip was gone on this edge right here. This whole lip was gone. You see how that one has the inner lip where everything bolts to? This one was gone. So I welded a piece on here first to do this whole thing down through here. Then I made the patch for here. Now again, yeah, you can sit and you can be like, oh, look at all the waviness in it. Again, it's a rat rod. If he wants it perfect, that'll be on him. We weren't, you know, we're not building it to where it's perfect. It's built to be a rat rod, but all this heavy rot, you just don't want in it. So, as you can see from the back side too, how far overlap I have it to make sure it fits. It's like a 1/2 inch, if that. So now, I'm gonna finish that up. I just ran out of welding gas. I got the tank in the truck. That's basically what I got done. And you can see, I mean, it's not going to be perfect considering they don't make patch panels, but what I did oopsie on is the fact that this bucket actually needs, I'm getting in view there, but this bucket should have went down further. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut some off of the bottom, transfer it to the top to pull the bucket down. Now the bucket fits in there good, but the problem is when you put the actual ring, the chrome ring on it, it sticks up like literally 1/8 of an inch, and I just can't have that. So I mean, basically I get really anal about these things. But yeah, I got a ton more. I gotta fix some little holes that are still on there. I blew through this one because it's so, I mean, it's so bad. I'm gonna have to find out if I need to fix this or not, because again, we're not doing everything on it, because if we were, I would be here forever. I mean, it's bad. But over there, I still have a ton to fix. I believe there's some rot back. Yep, right there. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything about this or not. I don't know if I really want to take that off, because I don't know how bad it is behind it. But you can see right there the skim of Bondo. Yes, and that is Bondo. It's that pink Bondo garbage. I can't stand Bondo. Like the Bondo brand Bondo. That's what I can't stand. I understand filler has to be used, which I'm probably not using filler in this because it's not meant for that. But I mean, you can see how thick. Somebody literally went, I mean, minimal was like 1/8 inch of filler over this entire thing. Now, I could understand that because how nasty, thick the rust is, but not 1/8 inch, man. You could have skimmed it and got that kind of results. Jeez. Anyway, now I'm back on moving the body forward. Really, I was getting frustrated with this, so I stopped and started doing that. And now, since I'm out of gas, I'm back on this until probably tomorrow when I get the gas tank filled and take the scrap off. We don't do that for money. We do that just to get it all out of our way. If somebody actually needed Dodge Dakota parts around us, they would have everything they need coming from us. But yeah, I did get this pushed forward a little bit more. I was really worried about like the AC touching the dashboard and stuff like that, but the boss man said it was all good. Said sometimes they do get really close like that. No big deal. Another thing is, I was really worried about the firewall being up under like where the old firewall was, which is already like 1 inch. But hey, it is what it is, so you gotta make things work. I'm gonna be touching that brake line soon. That's how close I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be almost touching that brake line. Yeah, but for now, lift it back up, push it forward. It's actually sitting down further in the back now because I was fighting it the whole time to get to go forward, 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 and it kept sliding back. Well, what it was is the cross brace under the frame was actually sitting on top of the drive shaft. So every time I push it forward, the drive shaft's going uphill. Every time I push it forward, it would right back down on the drive shaft. And also, if you look over here, where the body bumps up in that corner where the light is, that would also catch and slide back down. So you just got to keep finding these little bitty spots. Cut them back. Push it forward. When it stops, if you're not there to the point you need to be yet, then you do it again. You find a little spot, you cut it, you move it forward. I mean, I've had this body off at least 40 times now. It's all part of the game. Yeah, but that right there is just like, that's gonna be a pain. That's not gonna be too hard. This all has to be fixed, and really, basically what I told the boss man we should do is we should literally just try to stitch weld it all from behind, if you can get to it. I don't even know if you can get to it. Well, that kiboshes that. Well, maybe not. It's all right there, I think. Yeah, and it's a big giant lip all the way. So it's either going to be like weld this whole seam up and then try to grind it to make it look like that, or try to weld it from the inside and make it look like that. Because to be honest with you, to cut like, let's say here, because it starts rotting out right there, cut like here and all that out and try to remake that bend under and then back to here and then weld it all and make it look good, that much, even though it's like in a firm place where there's a small edge, to get that thing would end up being like this. Well, like it is now, wavy all the way down. And you know, who knows? Who knows by the end? I mean, right now it's where if it rains, it's coming in. And another thing is that top one, which the dude already said he's got a back window, so we can take that one out. It's broken anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's still got to go forward more. That's got to be fixed. The bottoms of the doors are gone. The inside of the bottoms of the doors, I believe they're gone too. There's a strap on it. But I believe they're gone. This, I don't even want to talk about that. I don't know yet. I'm taking it one giant rotten hole at a time. Which now I see I'm going to have to fill them up here too, because you can see through. But yeah, down here, I can't reach in far enough to touch that center, but I'm pretty sure, let's see. Yeah, I'm feeling that. That's it. I'm feeling on the inside is this double lip right here, because it goes down and in, and this one comes up and in. That one's just a dimple, not an actual lip. Huh. Makes me think you could probably make a cool convertible out of one of these pretty easy then. If you just cut that line, then continue to cut this line, and then take it up to like here and blend it in. Blend all this in. I mean, I could make a convertible out of this. Yeah, because right here, look, there's your next line you could cut is this, and bring it down, round it. Yeah. Don't get me going. Anybody want a convertible? You'll have the only one. Not a convertible, but it would be just like a, well, it'd be a no top. I can make you one. Let's do it. But yeah. Now I'm stuck on thinking about that convertible. Alright, that's enough.